Hi everyone, so this video will be on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7, Episode 6, also known as the episode Our Wishes Were Fulfilled and Candy Ho Went Home. Obviously, spoiler alert, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this video, as there always is, so if you don't want to hear anything, I kind of already ruined that with the beginning. But oh well, we're in for it. Okay, let's start in the beginning. Okay, so Season 7, Episode 6, they come back from their show, The Workroom Scene. They come back from the elimination, and Candy brags about taking out girls in the lip syncs, and everyone's like, she's like, I think Ru is just putting me into the lip syncs to beat out the other girls. And I'm like, oh my god, just go home. And, oh, everyone's talking about Violet winning the Shadiest Queen, which, I mean, if she didn't know she was going to win that. But I think there is some other girls out there that are getting more shady than Violet, especially in this episode, and especially in Untucked this episode. Pearl pulled through though, and Fame is very negative about it. She was like, I don't think Pearl wants to be here. And I'm like, shut up, Pearl obviously wants to be there. She just doesn't want to boast like everyone else out there. Then we get back to the workroom next day. Max is offended by the raunchiness. They're talking about sleeping together, and I think Max is just she's very different, and I very much like her. The mini challenge is they must find numbers inside Pit Crew Boys' pants, and they all have a name on their hats, and they have to call out their names. And if you get a monster before you lock in your points, you are screwed. So you want to lock in your points before you pull out the monster in somebody's pants. Monster in your pants challenge. Ru goes, it's super funny. Miss Fang gets a monster in the first try. Max gets a monster. Katya is the monster on the first try. Candy gets it on 2 tries, so it's her second try. She gets a fucking monster. Kennedy, Violet, Jaden all get the monster in the first try. And Ginger gets points, and she's the only one to build up points. And then Pearl starts to get points, and then she gets a monster. She goes, fuck you, Pete. And she's so cute. Who doesn't love Pearl? Okay, so then we find out this week's main challenge is Ru Hollywood Stories. Whatever happened to Merle Ginsburg, who was the judge on the first 2 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race, if you didn't know, if you didn't watch. So then they're put into teams, and since Ginger won the challenge, I think it was like with 16 points or something weird like that, Ginger wins the challenge, so she gets to pick her team and assign the other 2 teams. So Ginger picks Kennedy and Katya, and they get Merle's point of view. And then she groups Max, Violet, and Candy, and they get Michelle's point of view. And then it's Fame, Jaden, and Pearl, which is Ru's point of view. So I'm going to start into groups like I did last time. By the way, I'm very much over these group challenges, and I'd like to see them do something themselves. And I'm also super excited because next week is Snatch Game, and I thought it was going to be episode 5, and they've waited until 7, which is super annoying to me. So I'm just excited it's going to be something individual for once. So Ginger, Kennedy, and Katya. Ginger is Michelle, Katya is Merle, and Kennedy is Ru. And then so that's kind of like all they say in the workroom. Violet is over group acting challenges, and I have just said I totally fucking agree. Max has totally fucking had it with working with Violet, and Violet's doing Michelle because she thinks she can do the accent. I think she looked really good as Michelle. And then Candy is Ru, so Max is Merle. And Candy's excuse for being Ru was, oh, I don't really remember Merle, so I'm just gonna go with what's safe. And Max is just like, I've had it with all of you, so let's just fucking do it and be over with it. Yeah, and then Ru's point of view, Fame. They have trouble getting along because I guess Fame doesn't like Pearl all of a sudden. So Pearl's Michelle, and that's all they've like kind of established. And so let's get to filming of the video. I'm sorry, I'm trying to like resituate myself so I'm comfortable. Kennedy sure fucks up the acting like real fucking bad. Ginger and Katya kill it, so I think it was cute. They killed it. They did a good job. That's about it in the filming there. Max is the Meryl Streep of drag. She's thought out her character, which you have to do in acting. I think she has a theater background, and I totally get her because, you know, if you don't know theater and you're a drag queen, it's just kind of like, I feel like you just gotta know it all before you get on this freaking show. Violet has attitude again. Who knew? And then Candy's beard and hairline are fucking awful, and I'm killing myself. And Mother does not play that. She literally cannot say that. They did it like 4 times, and you could tell Ross Matthews is sitting there like, Really? It was fucking ridiculous. That just fucking killed me. Okay, so then Jaden had her character down, but not her lines. So she totally was so in character as Rue, but her lines were just out the door. And they were in the workroom, they were talking, and she was just like, I want to learn our lines. And so since they did that, I don't know why she didn't know her lines. And then, you know, Pearl's killing it. Fame won't shut up. Who knew? And Pearl's just like, just say the fucking line, girl. And I couldn't agree more. Pearl is my queen. Whoa. I have a lot more written here. Okay, let's just keep going as fast as we can. When they see the actual thing and the final challenge, my thoughts on Ginger, Kennedy, and Katya was, it was cute, but what the fuck is Kennedy? And Katya killed it, and I'm so glad she won. Max is funny. Candy was a joke. Violet had the accent all wrong, but looked good. The funniest one, I think, was Jaden, Fame, and Pearl. Funniest one, what was with Fame's walk? Like, I don't understand. Pearl writing Jaden literally made me laugh so fucking hard. Fame and Pearl in the kiddie pool. Golden. I think that was the funniest one. I don't know why they didn't really, like, just win. But whatever. Workroom. Okay, so before they go on the main stage, workroom, Kennedy is lost. Katya has it easy with Fam. Oh yeah, they're talking about their family. So Katya had like an easy, and Kennedy is like being a bitch. And then Jaden like had a hard time, and it's just kind of sad. Me feel Jaden open up in this episode. And then Max is so pretty sitting there out of drag. The only thing I wrote down. So the runway this week is Death Becomes Her, which I was excited for because in the preview we saw that, you know, that killer waistline from Violet Snatchkey. Guest judges are Ariana Grande and Merle Ginsburg and Ross Matthews this week instead of Carson Kressley. So, Katya's look. I'm going over looks now, by the way. Katya's look. Shark Week look. I fucking love it. And I'm so glad she won because her look wasn't bloody or gory, but it was just funny. And it was just so Katya. I love Katya so much. Ginger was a bear look. And I can't tell if I loved it or hated it. I don't know. It was just so fucking weird. I just feel like she put on the bear coat. She looks the same every week. She wears the same hair color every week. So I don't know why. Anyway, Kennedy is... What the fuck is that? Does she think that looked good? Girl. It didn't. It looked a fucking mess. And her excuse for it was fucking stupid. And I can't stand Kennedy at this point. Max looked perfect. I loved her dress with the blood coming out of the heart and the heart in the box. It was so fucking perfect. The only critique she got was the gray hair. And, I mean, I get it, but I also don't understand why there's other girls that never get that critique. So, anyway. Candy, not in the level of the others at all. It looked like a fucking mess. It was just so not there. And they told Jaden her look wasn't on the same level as others, so I don't understand. Miss Fame's look was so pretty. Miss Fame was my favorite look, I think, this week. Pearl, I love it. She's so cute. I know she hated it, but I loved it. It was cute. She always looks good. She knows. Jaden, I just wrote I hate it. Sorry. Violet, I wrote, holy shit, I love you. I mean, it was fucking perfect. I loved, okay, so let's get in depth about Violet's look here. Her waist was so tiny and the outfit looked good. Everything fit her well. But the thing I liked the most was her hair. Her hair in that wig was perfectly, like, rolled, and the back's curled. She looked so good. I don't think I've ever seen someone look that good. It's my favorite look ever. Okay, so Katya wins the challenge. Ginger and Kennedy are safe. And so Max gets the critique of still wearing the gray hair, and Ross defends her. And the other trickies are Max is so predictable, and Ariana Grande defends her, which she's like my favorite. I actually, okay, really loved Ariana Grande as a judge, and I'd like to see her again, or just like as a permanent judge, because like it's Ariana Grande and she's so fucking cute. Oh my god, she was a great judge. Okay, so Violet gets much praise minus her accent as Michelle, which I clocked earlier. I loved her look and missed a little in Michelle. Yeah, that's basically what they said. They loved her look, but she kind of missed it a little bit with Michelle. Candy gets harsh critiques all around, which I'm so glad about, because please go home. Why are you still here? Go home. Real talk, I can't even remember what Candy Ho wore on the first episode. Oh, it was awful. Miss Fame, Miss Fame misses the fucking head joke again. How's your head? And she's just like, oh, it hurts. And Michelle's like, she hasn't had any complaints. Yeah, I just think it's funny. Everyone's missing jokes this fucking season. It's fucking weird. I don't even, whatever. Oh, yeah, but Rue and Michelle are just gonna sit there like, oh, and she needs to learn to listen, so she talks a lot and won't shut up. But she should just, like, you know, stop, listen to the critique, and she could keep going. I think Miss Fame has everything in her to keep doing it. And the thing said was Merle loves her, so who doesn't love Fame? I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm so sorry. Pearl woke up, they said. And she's literally playing a dead person, but she woke up. Everyone loves her. Who doesn't? Michelle goes, what the fuck was that? But it was kind of like in a good way. She's come a long way, and I really liked her in the skit. So let's go Pearl. Top 3. You're gonna win. Jaden gets a weird critique, and I didn't know her lines, and that was just about it. And then they critiqued her outfit, which she made herself, so it made her feel so bad. Ugh. And then she's not cutting it. Bottom 2. Okay, so Max, Pearl, Violet, and Fame are safe. Candy and Jaden are up for elimination. They lip sync to Ariana Grande's song Break Free, which I thought was great because Ariana Grande was there and I loved it. And they did a good job, but honestly, let's be real here. Candy killed the lip sync. Candy is a very good lip sync artist, but that's about it. And so there's no way she could lip sync 3 times and not go home, so it was inevitable to send her home. But Jaden really needs to step it up, and I think this week she learned that. And that is my concluding thoughts on the episode. Let's get to Untucked. Okay, so Untucked. Starting the lounge, and Ginger is bitter again because she didn't win, and her friend helped her win, but literally, shut the fuck up. If you deserved to win, you would have won. You didn't. What? I can't, this episode of Untucked made me really not fucking like Ginger, and I liked Ginger to an extent. Like, I liked her, she's funny, but it gets to the point where she's just being rude, and this is the point where she's just being malicious and rude to be malicious and rude, and I'm over it. Kennedy is a mess, and her look is a joke, and she's kind of just being awful, and then Candy is just what even in that look. So then they start talking about Max's minimal makeup and why she takes 2 hours to wear a lot of, like, barely any makeup, and I can understand where they're coming from, like, why did it take her 2 hours to do that, but it does look flawless, and now I kind of understand. Is there glitter on my lash? Maybe there is. Okay. They're all hating on Max, and I'm like, look in the mirror. What the fuck are you wearing? You're wearing a bear coat with some red glitter paint on your forehead, in the same makeup you've worn every week, in the same fucking dress you pretty much wore last week, except it didn't have white sparkles or black sparkles. Like, are you fucking... And then Kennedy has no excuse. She just looks a fucking mess. Okay. Ugly bitch is hating on my cute Pearl girl. Stop it. Candy set herself... Okay, so they come back in the workroom, and Candy's like, well, I knew I was going to do bad in the challenge, so I kind of just wore this. Like, she set herself up to do bad. Like, if you knew you did bad in the challenge, if I was on the show, and maybe one day I will be, why would you, if you know you did bad, why would you wear something on the runway that isn't as good as you could do? Because you've got to redeem yourself. If you did bad, you want to make them overshine how you did bad with your look. Kind of like Violet did. I'm not saying Violet did bad in the thing. I don't think anyone did good. I think this episode was stupid. It was boring. The only good thing about this episode was Candy going home. But Violet didn't do like A++ in the filming of the video, but she looked perfect. So I think that's kind of the point I'm trying to make here. Ginger's bitter that Max is praised, but Ginger looks boring. I've had it with all these people. Oh, and then, you know, if you haven't heard about Pearl karma, it's a real thing. So Pearl doesn't like her own look, and Kennedy is bitter and about it and like a bitch, and Max calls her out. And Max didn't really talk in the first episode of Untucked. You heard me say that. And she's coming more and more out, and the Ginger's saying she's kind of a bitch underneath it, and I kind of enjoy the fact that she's a bitch because she's gonna stand up for herself. Who wouldn't? Jaden, Pearl karma for Candy hating. So Candy starts hating on Pearl, and you know, Candy goes home this episode. If you haven't noticed, everyone who's hated on Pearl, says something mean to Pearl, has gone home or been in the bottom too. So Kennedy and Ginger, see you next. Oh yeah, and then we get to Jaden having a breakdown. She tries to throw shade at Pearl, and I feel bad for Jaden. I like Jaden as a person. I think she's great. She's one of my favorite bigger queens ever to be on the show. Then Miss Fame gets a message from her mom, and it was super cute. And then they talked about Miss Fame having addiction. I'm kind of curious about more about that. And her mom is funny, and I love Miss Fame. And she gets the not shutting up thing from her mom, as they said. And then she goes, well, I have 3 more pussies to shave. And it's so fucking fun. I don't know. She's just cute and funny. I love cute moms. Oh yeah, and then they show the scene outside, because I guess now it's a cool thing to go outside and smoke, and that's like shown on Untucked now, which I kind of enjoyed. This new, by the way, I really love the new format of Untucked. I just like to see it on TV. Ginger is bitter because the skinny girls keep doing better, but honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that they're skinny. It has to do with the fact that they're good, and they're good at what they do. So, cool your jets, man. Pearl reassures Jaden that she ain't going home because Candy can't lip sync 3 times and not go home. And if she did, it'd be something we would definitely talk about today on this little review. But she went home. Thank you. Okay, so then they kind of show like how it went down, and Candy going home, and then Candy's like, you know, packing up her stuff like they do and everything, and then Ariana Grande comes in and gives her a hug and says she did a good job. It was so cute. I love Ariana Grande, and I'd like to see her as a judge again. Please be sure to remember why I said that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. My concluding thoughts on this episode are Ginger and Kennedy are getting on my nerves with their bad attitudes, and I'd like to see them go next. I'm glad Candy Ho finally went home because she's just been in the background this whole time, and I'm very, very glad that Katya won, and I can't wait for more episodes. I'm super excited for Snatch Game next week. I love Snatch Game. It's my favorite episode every season, except for my favorite episode ever is the perfume ad one. And then next, I heard there's going to be, not next week, but the week after, is Conjoined Twin. And I think it's probably the episode where they bring in people. And my only thoughts here, okay, I was thinking about this with my friend. And I was saying, you know how they bring on someone every season for them to make over? What if they brought back past queens and had to, like, make them look like them? I don't know. I just feel like it'd be more fun with past queens, but they already know how to do drag, and it wouldn't be as much of a challenge, but still it'd be fun. Maybe just All-Stars again. Can we just have another All-Stars? I don't know. I just love RuPaul's Drag Race. I love drag queens, and I love everything about it because I think it reminds me a lot of the pageants that I used to do, but more in a gay way, and I like that kind of way better. I don't know. Girls are bitchy. Yeah, so I think this concludes my review on this episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. If you liked this review, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and stay tuned because every Wednesday there'll be a review. I hope this goes up tonight. It is Wednesday as I'm filming this. I usually film on Tuesdays, and I will be out of town these next 2 days. So, my Friday video that usually is a makeup tutorial, I did my everyday makeup for this tutorial, but I have something special, and it'll go up on Saturday, and it is not this. It is something fucking out there and weird, and it's something totally avant-garde, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more from me, my links to all of my social media are down in the makeup box below, and there's also a link to my Pearl blog, which has actually hit over 1,000 followers, which I'm so proud of because there's 1,000-something people that love Pearl, and that's just a great thought. And so, I don't know, I'm so happy, and I love you guys so much, so thank you for watching these videos. I love making them, I love talking about what I love, and I hope you stick around and watch more. Subscribe to my channel because there's more makeup and more fun to come. Goodbye, everyone. Mwah.